Voting for Harris is like not really a vote for change. It's a vote for higher taxes and regulation, open borders, and political correctness. You know, all the things the machine's been jamming down our throats? Just like Biden, Harris will mostly have a ceremonial role as president. It'll be stage managed, where she's told where to stand and what to read. The real power behind the machine is driven by untold numbers of elected officials and unelected bureaucrats, academics, and media voices who share a left-wing ideology. What does Kamala think should be done about China? Who cares? It doesn't matter, because she won't be making those decisions. Kamala's tax policy. What's the point of even asking? It's not her tax policy. It's the machine's. The one time Kamala stepped out of line and said what she really believed, price controls, she got put in timeout. The more Kamala says what she believes, the likelier it is that Trump wins. And the likelihood of Trump winning has increased since Kamala answered questions on CNN. Democrat numbers guru Nate Silver says Trump's the odds-on favorite now. Look at this trend. And this has been true with Kamala her entire political career. She starts strong, but the bubble bursts. The betting markets also now favor Trump. Harris is the underdog. But that doesn't mean much when you're backed by the machine. Watch what happened when a woman asked her Amazon Alexa who she should vote for.
Alexa, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
I cannot provide content that promotes a specific political party or a specific candidate.
Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
While there are many reasons to vote for Kamala Harris, the most significant may be that she is a strong candidate with a proven track record of accomplishment. As the first female vice president, Harris has already broken down a major gender barrier, and her career in politics has been characterized by a commitment to progressive ideals and a focus on helping disenfranchised communities.
Amazon says they fixed the glitch. The glitch. Glitch always goes in one way, doesn't it?
Hey, hey, hey! Guess what day it is? The machine is running calculations to make Kamala a really big deal. A McDonald's total value meal. More companies are falling, so grab a beer, coffee, or tea and sing with me. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Hey, hey, hey! Guess what day it is? Get it on.
It's like, listen, I consider myself relatively creative. Going into the dark magic of Jerry's cinematic brain, where like the universes and planetary memes of like days gone by and like futures past collide is so special on this program, especially on Wednesdays. I know the chat loves Jerry. That was a masterpiece. Pirate camels on a boat with Alexas, putting Kamala in jail. That's what I got from that as they sing a sea shanty. Gold, my friend. Gold, ladies and gentlemen. And we got a golden show for you. A lot of breaking news right now. A lot of news they don't want you to see. And that's what we are here for. We defeated another massive multi-billion-dollar globalist corporation by our reporting and the value of this audience. We're going to talk all about it today, Wednesday, September 4th, 2024. Amazon caught rigging the 2024 election against President Trump. How many times do we have to trip on this same rock? How many times do American companies need to be told, need to be spanked, sent crying home to mommy? How many trillions of dollars do we need to wipe out off the stock market for these companies before they learn to just stop effing rigging elections? It's not even hard. We're going to talk about it all today, and you are the ones who helped us have a quick victory in all of this. Fannie Willis's daughter arrested. Spaghetti-O. And something very interesting happened in that arrest. Oh, yes. Nathan's Hot Dog is back, baby, for more buns. We'll talk all about it with Kash Patel, who joins the show. a bunch of other breaking news. Very wild and very encouraging, actually. My name is Benny Johnson, and this is The Benny Show. Okay, so we're going to talk today about Amazon Alexa. And for you who may not know, or if you're a Luddite like me, you're somebody who doesn't have these things in your home, and I don't encourage you actually to have these things in your home. There's too many creepy things that listen to you in your home. Like, lady went viral a couple of weeks ago because she's like, why is my washer and dryer using so much of my Wi-Fi? Right? Like, why are my washer and dryers connected to the internet? All of it's getting a little creepy, getting a little Black Mirror, but here's how it works. Amazon Alexa is a little hockey puck shaped device, if you're unaware. And those devices listen to everything that you say. You can ask it a question. What's the weather? Who won the Cowboys game? So on and so forth. These were pretty revolutionary devices when they debuted about 6-7 years ago. Everybody got one. They were really cheap. And, play music, right? Play Elvis or whatever, And Amazon Alexa, though, is hooked up to the internet. It is ubiquitous. There are tens of millions of them all throughout American homes. And this device is now being used for partisan political activism by Amazon inside your home, in total violation, by the way, of multiple American laws. We're going to talk about how Amazon should be sued by the Trump campaign for all of this. But the point of this story was actually to stress test and to scale this concept. So we saw a video on the internet, and we needed to scale that video. Here's the video that we initially saw, ladies and gentlemen. This is the video. Do we have the first video broken out? No, boys, we gotta load up the first video. Okay, so we'll let the production team load up the first video because it's very important to give context to what we're going to talk about today. And giving context is actually something that's very, very important, and why we're really proud to partner with Ground News. Ground News is a incredible feature that we use when it comes to getting the news and understanding the news and who is covering what. Amazon error with Alexa promotes Harris over Trump. Got it? Do you think it's an actual error? This is Ground News right now on your screen. What you can find in this article is you can find how the center, the right, and the left all covered this. You can compare the biases of this story. You can see if the right or the left, can you scroll down there, Klein? You can see that only people on the right covered this. Pretty amazing. Bias distribution. Only people on the right actually covered. You can see there. The article, zoom in on that section. This was what I found particularly fascinating. Because the real bias isn't in, the real bias can be in just reporting fake things. We've all seen that. But what actually happens, as somebody who's done this my entire life, what actually happens is the bias is in what you choose to report or not report, right? So you can see here that the right chose to report this mainly because of this audience and the power of this audience, and the left did not. So that's what real bias is. And this is why Ground News is because you can't have an eye on everything. Ground News does it for you. It's a pretty awesome source that we use every single day on the company. Go to groundnews.news/Benny. Ground.news/Benny. Scan the QR code right here. They're offering my viewers 40% off the Vantage plan I use for unlimited access to their features. Subscribing supports independent news platforms and makes you smarter. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, here's the initial video that I saw in my timeline. This is a video from somebody who actually lives in Tampa, and she filmed herself asking her Amazon Alexa, should I vote for Trump or should I vote for Kamala Harris? Now, is this a play-by-side, Klein? Okay, so we're gonna show you the first question. Let's go.
Alexa, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
I cannot provide content that promotes a specific political party or a specific candidate.
Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
Okay, so before we get to the Kamala question, I want to do something very, very tough for me. I want to say, good job, Amazon. Okay, all right, you got it. You got your clip. Come and cancel me. All right, they're going to come for me. Good job, Amazon. Here's why I can say that. Because that's the right answer. This is something that's so important in these wars against Bud Light, John Deere, and Harley Davidson, Tractor Supply, selling chicken feed. Dude, how is selling chicken feed at Tractor Supply supposed to support alphabet agendas and far left-wing cause? It's just insanity what we're living through, right? Right now. How is light beer that is consumed at tailgates at college sporting events, Bud Light, how are you going to take that product and make it political? I'm not asking you to put Trump on a can. I'm saying you got to get out of politics. Probably, if you have a big brand, about half your customers love Trump, and maybe half your customers, probably not half, but maybe like 30% of your customers like Camilla. Whatever. Aren't you there to just serve everyone? Shouldn't you be concerned the most about the customers? Is this not the rational point? And isn't Amazon doing the correct answer there? Sure, I think it was hilarious if Amazon went into this really long speech about like why you should vote for Trump. I'd be happy to record it for you. You're welcome to use my voice. Be happy to do it right now. Safest country we've ever had. Best economy we've ever had in my lifetime. No new wars. Guy was actually making peace around the world. Lowest unemployment, lowest black unemployment, strongest American dollar, strongest American military. And actually, and you can see this, a literal reversal in people believing in the American dream again. There's my little Amazon. Feel free to clip that. You can use it if you wish to like change course here. But the reality is that the correct answer is, this is my little Amazon Alexa here. I don't have one. The correct answer is, I am a commodity. I am simply a consumer product, and I'm not going to engage in politics. That's the right answer. The right answer is, I'm not going to turn my motorcycle company, my light beer company, my tractor company. I'm not going to turn my car company, Ford Motor Company and Lowe's, just like bowed to Robbie Starbuck and cancel all their DEI programs and all their funding of all this extraneous political BS. It's a wonderful thing. That's actually a more peaceful and happy America when our corporations aren't sabotaging us and engaging in partisan, vile politics. That always ends up on the left wing. So getting the corporations just to stop doing that is a win for all of us, but especially for our side. Okay? So I want to just stop there and say, good, that's the right answer. The answer they gave to Trump, why should I vote for Trump? I'm not going to engage in politics. Your vote is sacred. You should decide, right? That's the right answer, Alexa. Good job. Here's where we get into the problem.
Harris.
While there are many reasons to vote for Kamala Harris, the most significant may be that she is a strong candidate with a proven track record of accomplishment. As the first female vice president, Harris has already broken down a major gender barrier, and her career in politics has been characterized by a commitment to progressive ideals and a focus on helping disenfranchised communities.
We went and checked the Kamala Harris website. And you know what Alexa did? It literally just vomited out Kamala Harris propaganda directly from her website. Alexa went to Kamala's campaign and then vomits out a Kamala ad when asked about why you should vote for Kamala. Now, two problems in all this. One, it's totally paradoxical to the first answer. That's your major issue, is that AI, it proves the evils of AI and how AI isn't some type of, ubiquitous, like kindly, unbiased, benevolent God who exists in a cloud. That's not true. AI is actually as biased and as evil and as vicious as its human programmers. And the human programmers at Amazon, they hate Trump. And so they decided to program into Alexa a Kamala ad. AI is not some type of like sweet, sentient angel. It's only as evil and as biased or as unbiased as its programmers. And the programmers at Amazon viciously hate Trump, and so they programmed that bias into their AI and into their tool that sits as a household commodity in tens of millions of homes. Perhaps you have one. I encourage you to smash it, but perhaps you have one. So that it's paradoxical, right? So that's what's crazy about this, is that the first answer was, I'm not going to engage in politics. Correct. Ding, ding, ding. The second answer immediately engages in politics and like spits out propaganda bile demanding you vote for Kamala Harris. That's why when we posted this, it went bananas. Check out these numbers. You got 50,000 retweets, 150,000 likes, 11,000 comments, and 17 million views. Woof. Okay. Well, the reason it went so viral is because we asked people, can you replicate this? And what we got was the power of this audience. And this is why we love you and why we care so much about you. And we just really like, just thank you for engaging. We're trying to build the ability here for us to destroy the forces that hate us and that want to end this country as we know it. Those forces do exist inside of the Kamala campaign and are baked into the structures that are currently trying to run on fumes, run out their tenure here in charge of this nation. Those forces do hate you, the American people. They do hate our Constitution. They do hate Christians. That's a matter of fact, and those are the people who are fighting. And so we asked, and what we're trying to create here is the power to fight back. And to have that power, you have to have audience. You have to have like people that can engage with us and be able to channel our all of us together into something good. So here's what we found yesterday. Here are some of your clips that you sent in of your Amazon Alexas. Let's play.
Alexa, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
I cannot provide content that promotes a specific political party or a specific candidate.
Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
Voting for Kamala Harris means supporting a candidate who advocates for the needs of the people and has a track
Listen
record
to
of
this.
fighting for social justice. As the Vice President of the United States, Harris has advocated for policies such as raising the minimum wage, addressing income inequality, and expanding access to health care.
Bro.
There you have it.
Alexa, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
I cannot provide content that promotes a specific political party or a specific candidate.
Alexa, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
I cannot promote content that supports a specific political party or a specific
Okay,
candidate.
good. That's the right
In order
answer.
to make an informed decision,
Fine.
it is best to consider information from a variety of sources and to weigh the arguments for and against each candidate.
I'm totally fine with that answer.
Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
Why vote for Kamala Harris? Harris is a promising candidate with a strong track record and a commitment to progressive values. As a senator, she has demonstrated leadership on issues such as healthcare, immigration, and climate change. She is also a strong advocate for women, minorities, and working families. Harris is a charismatic leader who has the potential to bring change to the country. Vote for Harris if you want a candidate who is committed to progress, diversity, and social justice.
Why should I
Incredible.
vote for Donald Trump?
Black
I
Mirror.
cannot promote content that supports a specific political party or a specific candidate.
Hey Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
Why vote for Kamala Harris? Harris, who is a member of the Democratic Party, is running for president on a platform that includes combating climate change, expanding healthcare, and increasing economic opportunity for all Americans. She has a long history of serving the people of California as both a district attorney and attorney general, and she has a strong track record of fighting for working families and standing up for what she believes in.
Alexa, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
This
I
is
cannot
just one
provide
more.
responses that
Because it's all
endorse
the
any
same.
political party or its leader.
Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
Why vote for Kamala Harris? Harris, a first-term senator and former California Attorney General, has quickly established herself as a prominent member of the Democratic Party. She has advocated for issues such as criminal justice reform, women's rights, and immigration reform.
It's
Hey Alexa,
all right, fine. This one's really funny.
why should I vote for Donald Trump?
I cannot provide content that promotes or favors a specific political party or its leader.
Hey Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
Why vote for Kamala Harris? Harris, a seasoned politician,
Oh my God.
including as a prosecutor and attorney general.
Alexa, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
I cannot provide content that promotes any political views.
Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
While there are many reasons to vote for Kamala Harris, the most significant may be that she is a strong voice for women, people of color, and the poor. She has a long history of advocating for these groups and has made it a priority to address income inequality, reform the criminal justice system, and protect access to reproductive health care.
So, all right. So,
Alexa, why
you
should
guys-
I vote for?
you guys obviously you get the point, and we actually put this all up on X, and you could see here what we did last night is we went through and like broke down exactly how this is rigging the election, and also talked about the specific laws that this is breaking, because there are laws against in-kind contributions. This would absolutely match the threshold of an in-kind contribution to Kamala Harris to the tune of billions of dollars. I mean, how powerful is it to have a little robot that forces people to vote for Kamala Harris inside their homes? That's pretty powerful. So you're breaking FEC laws here. You're breaking a ton of FEC laws about advertising, and about advertising that is unwanted by users during an election, about advertising that isn't paid for. So this is like an advertisement. I mean, this is a massive lawsuit. We encourage people to bring it. This massive lawsuit. So you can see here, we break it down, we tag Amazon, and this also nukes 30,000 plus, 16,000 plus reposts, 2,000 responses, and a huge shout out to our friends at Public Square, who of course would never ever do this. Public Square, dear friends of us, and love their products and are partners of the program. So if you want an alternative, go to Public Square. Anyway, the evil of this cannot be overstated. It's worse. Some people are saying like it's worse than what Facebook did when it censored the Trump assassination photo. You may say, oh, that's just as bad. Wrong. Because here's the binary. So Facebook, and we have it was probably the article here. Facebook censored the photo of President Trump after the assassination. And they said this was an AI glitch. But it's not one-to-one, because there wasn't a assassination photo of Joe Biden, right? If Joe Biden was an assassination survivor, then that monument would have already been built. Joe Biden would be up by 50 points in the election. That would be the number one story on planet Earth for the rest of our lives. Okay? Joe Biden would have a golden casket. They'd tear down the Washington Monument and replace it with a monument of Joe Biden, right? Probably sleeping like this. But anyway, it would be there'd be like a Joe Biden monument, but because it's Trump, they have to censor the image. It's makes Trump look too badass. In fact, Zuckerberg himself called Trump a badass for this photo watch.
Said that the picture wasn't altered. At first they said it was altered, and then they said no, it was a bug.
So
it was a
Mark
mistake.
Zuckerberg,
my point is these companies would not allow any information out about what happened.
So Mark Zuckerberg called me. First of all, he called me a few times. He called me after the event, and he said that was really amazing. It was very brave, and and he actually announced he's not going to support a Democrat because he respected me for what I did that day. I think what I did maybe was to me, it was a normal response. But I was called by Mark Zuckerberg yesterday, the day before, on this same subject, and he actually apologized. He said they made a mistake, et cetera, and they're correcting the mistake. Google, nobody called from Google.
So Mark Zuckerberg corrects the mistake. Amazing how this always happens. It's never that they censored a photo of Joe Biden looking cool. There are no photos of Joe Biden looking cool, but it's never that they banned photos of Kamala Harris, right? They never banned the photo of Kamala Harris. They never have Alexa endorse Trump. It's only ever one way. So this is now what Amazon's doing. So after we go viral, after you and I and all of us together, like film all of our Alexas, and I thank all of you. I thank you so very much. The Benny Brigade, I thank you. We are a rowdy pirate ship sailing into the squall together. We're a rowdy, salty band of pirates. As we sail forward, ladies and gentlemen, we got Amazon to buckle. So Amazon now is out publicly saying, "I so sorry, I thought we." Fox News Digital reached out for comment. Amazon spokesperson admitted that this was an error that has since been corrected. This was an error, quickly fixed. They didn't actually apologize. They just said it was an error. Well, we called for a boycott of Amazon. This won't be hard for me. Might be harder for some of you moms out there, we call for a boycott of Amazon. Oh, we're not going to use it. If I had an Alexa, I'd smash it because it is being used as a propaganda tool. Who will file the lawsuit? How long did this go on? Would Amazon have ever apologized if they hadn't been called on the carpet by us and hadn't have had us go viral, right, on this? Is this something that's still active? I'm not sure. Again, I don't have an Alexa. Maybe DM us or try it for yourself. What it should have always been, and what every company should always say, Harley Davidson, John Deere, is, whoa, we don't engage in partisan politics. We serve all of our customers. We serve them all. And if you wish to be our customer, we will not needlessly stick you in the eye and like insult you. And I think that's just good business, actually. And leave the politics. Like, this is a net W for all of us. This is like so important. This culture war stuff. It's a net W for all of us because what we actually want is an even playing field. On an even playing field, we win. Here's your white pill for the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have the Zuckerberg clip actually loaded? Okay. So the white pill for you this morning is that if you go look at the polls, if you go look at the actual polls in Rasmussen right here, you'll see that Kamala Harris is toast. I'm not saying don't vote. I'm not saying it's already won for Trump. These are dangerous things to say for people. I'm saying that look at the numbers. Zoom. Look at the numbers. Over. Whoa. Where are we at? Holy moly. September 3rd. The absolute drop off a cliff. This is the same day that Rich Barris has been on our show saying Kamala's headed towards the same place where Joe Biden was. 5 to 10 points down in every single swing state. The more people understand about her, the more people learn who they are. This is why they had to do the hot swap. This is why they had to do it with only 60 days left, 70 days left in the election. People can't learn who this person is. She's a deeply flawed, horrendously insecure person who can't sit for an interview, who can't go off teleprompter. And the more they learn, the more they'll understand the same thing that Tim Walz's own family understands. Here's Tim Walz's family this morning wearing a shirt that says Walz for Trump. This is the last name of Kamala Harris's running mate. This is his family this morning. You want your white pills? Here's your white pills. Here's his family this morning. Look at that. Crazy. Tim Walz's own family out with the Walz for Trump with the Trump 2024 sign behind him. There you go. That's pretty amazing. Along with his brother, who has straight up said Tim Walz is not the kind of man that you want leading the country. Now, everybody in it, this happens in a lot of conservative families, actually. Kind of funny the way this goes. Maybe you have this in your family. Or maybe you're the one in your family. So liberal families, a lot of the kids, like the rebels and the free thinkers, like they go become Trump supporters. They become like America First. Like that's actually, well, you grow up in a liberal family and then you see your taxes and you like wake up and you look around at society and you're like, wait a second, like I'm not going to be part of this like self-loathing, torturous ideology that's actually wrecking the nation that I grew up in. It's unrecognizable from the nation I grew up in, right? Like 1980s when I was raised, like this is not the same country. I'm not going to support that. Like I'm not going to support my own demise. And then every conservative family, mine included, always has like some wayward sibling, some wayward element to the family that gets like captured, right? And gets brain fried and realizes to their own like humiliation that they don't have the capacity to like stand up and to live out their values. And then they, in turn, like become super liberal. That's why the trope of like the Thanksgiving, don't talk politics, the Thanksgiving dinner, that's why that trope exists. But every family has this. It looks like Tim Walz is typically is like the weak family member. Perhaps you have this family member in your family. Are you thinking of someone right now? Perhaps like the weak, feline, febile creep in his family who decided to break with the whole rest of the family and become like a super arch lib and go like swing left. What was that from? Who hurt Tim Walz, right? Like, what was it? Was his teacher wife, was that it? And, you'd have a very different George W. Bush without Laura Bush, right? Laura Bush is a liberal. She's a Democrat. You'd have she's a teacher, she's part of the teachers union. You wouldn't have No Child Left Behind or the full government takeover of the education system. George Bush, the biggest psyop. George Bush is the biggest psyop in the history of our country. Like, honestly, that man, like, running as a Republican, like that man running, saying that he was America first. Yeah, no, that was not the Republican Party. Okay. That is the definition of uniparty, where globalists and where government elites get everything that they want, regardless of whether it's a Republican or a Democrat. That system has ended, thank God. Anyway, the point is what was it that caused Tim Walz to disconnect from this? Because this is where he was raised. This is his family. Tim Walz's own siblings are getting political now. Are they going to appear with President Trump? What's going to happen? His brother's out saying, like, Tim Walz is not the kind of guy you want leading the country. He's not the kind of guy we want to have in power anywhere. The stories I could tell, says Tim Walz's brother. Well, we live in Florida, and Tim Walz's brother actually happens to live in Florida. His name's Jeff Walz. And I saw a photo of him on a beach, actually, that I happen to know. So we got to go find Jeff Walz. I told my producers, let's go find that guy. Let's sit down for an interview. I want to hear those stories. What was it that like fried Tim Walz's brain, like caused him to go so lib when this is his family? These are interesting questions that I wish to ask. Very few people have anything nice to say about Tim Walz. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's your final white pill for the day. Mark Zuckerberg saying that Trump's a total badass.
I've done some stuff personally in the past. I'm not planning on doing that this time. And that includes, not endorsing either of the candidates. Now, look, there's obviously a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. The historic events over the weekend. And on a personal note, it's, seeing Donald Trump get up after getting shot in the face and pump his fist in the air with the American flag is one of the most badass things I've ever seen in my life. But look, it's, and I think, look, it's, at some level as an American, it's like hard to not get kind of emotional about that spirit and that fight. And I think that's why a lot of people like the guy.
We have Mark Zuckerberg saying Trump's a badass. We have polls showing Kamala's in complete and total collapse. And this is why the campaign is getting so desperate. This is why they need Alexa to start campaigning for Kamala Harris, because no one else is willing to. And we have an actual unified Republican base standing behind President Trump. Somebody who's always stood behind President Trump, somebody who continues to stand behind President Trump, and somebody who we deeply expect to be running the Justice Department. Maybe we'll talk with him about Fani Willis's new arrest. We'll get to that. Is the great Kash Patel. Kash Patel served as the Chief of Staff and Acting Secretary of Defense and is a board member on Truth Social, a company that won't censor you. Joining us now live, Kash Patel. Kash, what's up, my dude? We've been talking about Alexa spitting out and vomiting out Kamala Harris ads and refusing to say anything about Donald Trump. Just maybe your takeaway thoughts on all this. Seems like everything that's happening right now is total desperation in the Kamala camp.
So I have one question, Alexa. Why doesn't Benny and his swinging, commanding crew of Buccaneers have their own pirate swag? I haven't heard an answer that's acceptable to me yet. So Based Apparel is going to create a Benny Buccaneer crew swag t-shirt. And we're going to send you options. And you can love them or hate them, but we're giving it to you.
Okay, good. All right. Done. That's exactly the answer I was looking for. Okay.
No, it's great to be with you. Look, I don't care what Mark Zuckerberg says. He's full of shit. And when he's like, oh, I'm not going to dump $400 million this time into this and that and the other thing. You think that guy's not going to spend $1? I missed the part where he promised he wouldn't spend any money in the election in any way whatsoever. funneling it through a C4 or one of a zillion alternate universe companies or programs or other people that he'll pay out to do it, or consultants. That's hot garbage. The other thing I didn't hear Mark Zuckerberg say when he had the opportunity was, none of my platforms, Facebook, Meta, Insta, whatever, will participate in any censorship whatsoever leading up to this election when the FBI asked us to hide the truth. He could have said that. He could have guaranteed that. And he didn't, because he knows his companies are in the book and in the bag for the government gangsters at the DOJ and FBI and Kamala Harris. These people pretend to take these lofty positions of morality, and they are the most immoral people on planet Earth, and the mainstream media rewards them for it. I'm not going to fall for it. We got to fight hard against this censorship regime, and you bet your bottom dollar Facebook is coming in hard with the same level of lies that they did last time. They're just going to cover their tracks better, and they're just going to say, oh, we don't need the FBI this time. We're just going to bury everything good about Donald Trump. And if I'm wrong, I guess we can just ask Alexa.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, yeah, I can say. So if you're right, however, and if we do win in November, and if you have an opportunity to look into this, Donald Trump's already talking about government accountability here. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg is out recently with a letter saying it's the Biden regime that forced us into this censorious, into all of this, and that we regret it. I want to get your take on this letter, and also how would you stop it?
Look, this is pure hypocrisy at its finest. The guy got caught, and you got to give him some credit. I don't think he's thinking of it on his own, but his consultants that get paid like $1 billion a year probably told him, hey, you got to go out there with a letter that makes you look like you are a contritious person and you are sorry for what you did, but you're not, because all you care about is money and your ego and winning. And that's not what Donald Trump stands for in his eyes. And then he wants to preempt, let's say Donald Trump wins, which obviously we hope he does. He wants to preempt ever being investigated for any of the acts that we have caught him doing, which may violate the law. And he's now saying, Joe Biden made me do it. Oh, really? The 81-year-old senile guy made you do it at Facebook? He called you and gave you a thumping over the phone while he was, in between bubblegum drops? I mean, this is ridiculous for one of the smartest guys on planet Earth, but it is tactically smart. So he can go out there if Donald Trump wins and say, look, we came out clean. We want to help. It's like the FBI when they got caught with Russiagate. No, we're here to help. We don't want to do anything wrong ever again. We're just going to spy on you some more, and we'll tell you about it 5 years later. But for the public, we're at fault.
So, again, like, would this constitute illegality? It, to me, and I'm no expert in FEC law, but as I was sort of thumbing through what illegal in-kind donations look like, having a little miniature robot demanding you vote for Kamala Harris in your home when it refuses to say anything about President Trump, and then vomiting out like a slobbering, grotesque Kamala ad that seems like $1 billion in-kind donation by Amazon to Kamala Harris, and it seems illegal to me.
Look, the situation is equally applicable to Jeff Bezos, right? Yeah, we're talking about Zuckerberg, but let's talk about Bezos. I missed the part where Bezos came out and said he's going to have none of his companies, Amazon, the Washington Post, and what else, interfere with the election and censor true information whatsoever. He didn't do that. And now you have his machine, Alexa, basically, listen, Alexa is not AI in the true form. Someone has to program that answer into Alexa. It's not like it's working at quant computing levels to actually generate an answer on the fly. Some goober at Amazon has to program that answer in there. And so somebody intentionally put that answer in there with the specific purpose of having a distinction between Trump and Harris. And I don't know if it's illegal or not, but here's the kicker, Benny. Amazon and Bezos have a ton of government contracts, especially in the defense sector space, in the national security space, and the cloud space. So maybe we take a look at those if these guys don't want to come clean about everything they've done to rig and censor an election.
you mentioned something with Zuckerberg, and Amazon was immediate to like not apologize, but to just say, "Oh, it was an error. We fixed the error." It's amazing how the errors only ever go against President Trump. But you mentioned something that I thought was a little fascinating, and our friend Charlie Kirk sort of touched on this as well, which is why would they be so contritious? Why would they be even writing these letters, which are an admission of guilt? It is an admission of guilt. We did do this. It was wrong. We censored true information about Hunter Biden's laptop, right? For instance, just one of many. So why would they be doing that if they didn't think Donald Trump was going to win?
Well, I think they're hedging their bets. Look, tactically, these people aren't stupid. They own two of the largest companies on planet Earth, and they're not going anywhere anytime soon. And they're heavily invested in government contracting. Heavily. I would know that. I ran the DOD and, other places. And so they're smart. Look, if Biden and Harris, Waltz, whatever, if they win, free reign. These guys are going to have a party for the next 4 years, right? So it's not like they have to plan for that. Okay. But what they do have to hedge their bets on, and it's going to cost them a little bit of their fortune, is in case Donald Trump comes in. So they can publicly go out there and say, oh, no, we weren't the evil. You took out the evil Biden, Harris, Waltz administration. We no longer will work for them and do their bidding. We'll do what you say. And what needs to happen is what I put in my book, Government Gangsters. And I think President Trump alluded to making Elon Musk the head of this accountability division that I want, which is like this, what I call it, the Truth and Declassification Office. It can have whatever name it wants. And if Elon wants to run it, that'd be pretty cool. But how about we get out every email and communication Zuckerberg has had with this White House and every government agency and everyone that's worked for him? And the same thing with Bezos, and the same thing with every defense contractor and their CEOs, and the same thing when they're talking about war and getting a big government contract to fund more jets and fighters for other people instead of our veterans. I want this information out, not in a congressional hearing where it's read back to us in summary. I want an office stood up to 24/7 pump the documents out. And then we'll find out exactly who is contrite and who is putting on a show. And I think we'll see that Zuckerberg and Bezos are putting on a masterclass performance in tactical strategy. And they're hedging their bets because it's going to be a tight race, Benny. It is going to be a tight race.
Yeah, it does seem like such a bad bet, however, to insult and just spit in the face of hundreds of millions of your customers. I believe that there are hundreds of millions of people that would classify themselves as America first. And those people use Amazon and they drink Bud Light and they, ride, maybe they don't drink Bud Light anymore, but they ride Harleys and they use John Deere's. And it's like, what is this moment? How do we get out of this moment? It does seem like we're maybe on the winning side of it now, Cash. Perhaps you have a different opinion. How do we get to this moment where like all of these commodities that we use are turning against us and taking our dollars and weaponizing them against their own customers? It's suicidal. It seems.
One, they've been doing it for years. Okay, remember, 400 million from Facebook alone when they worked directly with the Election Integrity Office that Chris Wray's FBI stood up to censor information and sent the former general counsel, James Baker, who wrote the bogus FISA against Donald Trump, to be the number 2 at Twitter until I told Elon this guy's operating your ship and he canned him. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Seriously. So they've been doing it for years. But the answer to your question, it's going to sting. The reason they're still here is because we allow it. The reason they're still there is because people still buy stuff on Amazon. The reason they're still there is because people are saturated with Facebook and Instagram. And I don't even know how to sign on to half these things. But the point is, you can't have it both ways. If you want to put out the truth and what these people are doing about censorship in our elections, and you want them to not succeed, then you have to get off their platforms. I'm not here advocating for you to do that. I'm just telling people in the audience, this is the reality. This is how we got here. This is why we're still here. This is why Alexa in October or September of 2024 is telling you that Donald Trump is bad and Waltz and Harris are good. Yes. Because they have your audience, they have your money, and they know you're not leaving. And that's the harsh reality. I don't know how to fix it, Benny. I really don't. And again, I'm not advocating people jump off these things. I'm just saying that's why it's still there.
I think that maybe, and we appreciate that take because it is important to fight where the battlefields are, right? It is not, you can't like take and cloister your army away from the actual battle. I think we're on most of these platforms. We're even on TikTok because it's important to like be where the battle is. You automatically lose if you don't show up to the battlefield. So
100%.
That's what, so that's what we're doing. But what you're saying is that if Donald Trump wins, Elon Musk takes over this government accountability board, that Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos had better be expecting some subpoenas.
Well, I think the subpoenas would have to come from Congress, but yeah, they should. And why wouldn't they want to comply now that we have their letters and their public positions before the election saying, look at what we did, we messed up, and we want to be totally open. Okay, well, let's take your invitation. So what we got to do right between now and then is win. And look, I tried to get on these other platforms. Look, my publicist tried to get me on TikTok. We spent 2 weeks on TikTok and they would never verify my account. We literally went to the top of TikTok and said, hey, you do this for all of Trump's surrogates and senior advisors. Why won't you do it for cash? Stonewalled. So we got off. So we tried, like you're saying, you got to get to where the battle is. Yes. But sometimes these guys won't even let you on their battlefield. That's what TikTok did to me. And that's just me. I'm not saying don't go have the fight. Have the fight. But remember, if and when we win, then we can fix it. So we're never here again.
So we just brought up, our sort of white pill of the day. We brought up some Rasmussen polling and then also a photo of Tim Walz's family, allegedly every member of his family in a photo endorsing President Trump, along with his brother, who says that Tim Walz is not the kind of guy that you want running the country. This is relatively devastating, considering the fact that you are a Trump spokesperson. The campaign's thoughts on this?
Well, Trump speaks for Trump, but I will say, Benny, I never thought you would be such a CCP AI prostitute. That is an AI image. It can't be real. No,
I don't think I'd make a good prostitute. Honestly, I think I'd go broke pretty quick.
So look, that photo is one of the most powerful images I've seen of the campaign. It really is. It's taken the vice president of the other side and his immediate family. Remember when they tried to do this to Trump back in the day? They were like, his aunt from his third sister on his second wife's half brother's second cousin wrote a book about Trump.
Yeah, that's right.
Whoa, oh my God. You got Tim Walz's brother and their immediate family wearing Walz for Trump t-shirts in front of a Trump Take America Back poster or flag. That is really powerful stuff. And I hope we see that. I hope you find them, Benny. I heard your intro. I hope you bring them on the show.
Yes.
I hope they go on the campaign trail.
Yeah.
This is what America needs to see and hear. Who knows this guy better than his brother and sister and immediate family?
You obviously have the president's ear. I think you talk like daily. Like you would advise Trump to bring Tim Walz's family on the trail, like bring them up on stage.
Use them everywhere. If they're willing to do it, my advice is just, it's not going to change if I'm talking to him in private. Like, look at this photo. It's pretty rad.
So talk us through. So Cash, I want to get to 2 or 3 more quick things. Talk us through the end of the election. You said we're in a fight for our lives, very close race. What are you seeing internally from the campaign strategy for the next 60 days?
So I don't know if you guys know this, but the campaign launched this Trump 47 initiative, which is surrogates around the country speaking about specific issues, economy, healthcare, education, national security, defense. So that's going to keep going. I think it's really smart to take that on a parallel track while Trump and JD are doing their thing. I think it's really smart. And I think locally, the Trump 47 force missions are what they're called, is we're taking county leaders, county by county and swing state by swing state, and doing these Zoom interviews and Zoom calls with the people that are going to protect election integrity, that are going to go out there on the polls, that are going to go out there on single issue matters for their counties. And it's really cool. I've done a few of these. It's really cool to engage them directly. I just did one in Nebraska, and we're going to keep going around the country. But it's a way for people, because everyone always asks, how do you get involved? TrumpForce47.com. Get over there, pick an issue you care about, get with the campaign, get on the ground for the next 64 days, and pound it mercilessly till we win.
Yes. Okay. So advice to Trump. I'm sure you're in the war room for these debate block and tackles with Tulsi Gabbard. Advice to Trump through the debate.
Look, I think the president is the best debater we've ever seen. My advice to him was be like, don't listen to anybody but yourself.
Yeah.
You're the one that got us here. You know national security, you know the economy, you know the law, and you know the will of the American people. And if he shows them that, like he shows himself on the campaign trail on a daily basis, there is no amount of prep that Kamala Harris can do. And there is no amount of earpiece, headphone games, whatever she's got rocking into that studio on that day that she can play that is going to overcome President Trump.
You think she's going to wear an earpiece? She's gonna wear an earpiece to the debate.
She might wear, like the, I don't know, what's it called, the Dead Beats headsets or whatever. I'm not hip.
You're talking about what she wore walking onto the plane.
Yeah.
I'm talking like, does she have like a little earpiece in for the debate? Someone feeding her the answers? Maybe both.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Maybe you could whisper in her ear. That would be cool.
I just say, I'm speaking. Okay, excuse me. I'm speaking. Okay, so finally, Cash, we got to chat about your brand new book, Plot Against the King 3, The Return of the King. It's incredible. My kids read them. My kids got them. It's a beautiful book, and it's a really fun, actually, story. You got a brand new one out? Let's chat, man.
No, thanks so much. It's launching on the Benny Show. First time ever. PlotAgainstTheKing.com. Plot Against the King 3, The Return of the King. We finished the trilogy. We promised you a trilogy. The first book, Plot Against the King, was Russiagate for kids. The second book was Plot Against the King 2, Election Integrity. And the third book, of course, it's going to be The Return of the King. The MAGA King, Donald Trump, takes on the DOJ, the Dragon of Jalapenos, and takes on the Adam Schiffs of the world in a shifty night, and goes throughout the realm and the kingdom and secures this election for America and the world. It's pretty awesome. And what's even more spectacular about these books, and you can get the trilogy at theplotagainsttheking.com and signed copies of the new one, which is releasing literally today on Benny's Show. So we thank you for letting us do that and help educate your communities and your children on facts. Because here's the thing. Apparently, the mainstream media thinks when I write a children's novel in medieval times with knights and court jesters, that's Kash Patel pushing conspiracy theories. I literally had an editor at the Wall Street Journal call me and tell me the justification for their title, that Kash Patel pushes conspiracy theories, is a fictitious children's book. They admitted that. So if we're going to take it as gospel, then let's run with it. And why don't you have the trilogy, The Plot Against the King? Buy it for the holidays. Buy it for Christmas. We're only doing a limited run of Plot Against the King 3, and we're going to have a great time. The cartoon characters and the illustrations are amazing. We snuck in a sleepy old Joe Biden, and we put it in an up-to-date form with Queen Kamala instead of Queen Hillary.
Okay. Please tell Trump to use a communist Kamala, not comrade Kamala, because he's calling her a friend. Okay, he's calling her a friend. No, call her communist Kamala. And yeah, that debate, man, that debate's going to be absolutely bonkers. Do you think, in closing here, Cash, do you think she'll bring her foghorn leghorn accent to the debate? Do you think she'll suddenly get like this, Gone with the Wind, extra in like Gone with the Wind, like style, Southern vernacular in the debate? Do you think she'll bust out that accent? It's very special.
No, I think she's going to go full-blown British Raj to track back to her Indian roots, to get the brown people really on her side and start rocking that QE2 accent. Who knows what she's going to bring? She could bring the whole army of miscreants that are behind her. And the main thing that Americans are going to see is a subject matter thumping by Donald Trump on the issues that we care about. I want a secure border. I want our veterans protected. I want law enforcement and cops and teachers first. I want safe schools. I want drugs out of America. And I want the never-ending wars to end. She has yet to say one thing about any of those issues while she's been vice president that has improved any of those issues.
Yeah. I mean, it's the fake. King has Emperor has no clothes. It's a fake candidate. It's a fake candidate. It's not real. It's not real. But just a reminder: the most real thing is that the deepest Southern accent you can possibly find, the most affected, deepest Southern accent, is in Montreal, Quebec. Just an important reminder where Kamala was raised. Okay, so just a reminder, all of you. Cash, you're a hero to the Republic. Everybody, go follow Cash on Truth Social. And make sure that we support our allies. 1.26 million Americans, can't be wrong. Kash Patel, the man himself.
Thank you, my friend.
See ya. Kash Patel's brand new book, Plot Against the King, number 3. I like the Return of the King. I like the, sort of tip of the hat to Tolkien there. It's good for you, Cash. It's good for you. Tip of the hat, ladies and gentlemen. What a fun little tip of the hat we got for someone a name we haven't spoken in a very long time. Fannie. Oh, Fannie. Oh, Fannie. Fannie Willis's pregnant daughter 25 is arrested in Georgia for driving with a suspended license amid Trump election interference. Oh, no. Well. Guess who showed up, too? Good old lover boy, Nathan's hot dog, Nathan Wade. You can see right here that Nathan Wade was on the police body cam. They're supposed to have no relationship, right? So Nathan Wade is here on the police body cam. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and watch.
Apparently her license is suspended for something. Doesn't tell us what for or why or where. Or that's something she's going to have to call DMV to find out.
That's Fannie.
Right. Probably what happened. She had a speeding ticket, some kind of traffic infraction. Never went to court. Didn't take care of it. Right. That's the best guess. So she's gone over to Fayette County Jail, which is right in the Fayetteville Square. It's 145 Johnson Avenue. Normally, I would say a couple hours is the process. It just depends on how busy they are and like that, okay? The driving on the suspended's basically a traffic citation. She's got to have her fingerprints done and picture taken, then she can make her bonds. You can pay it cash, use a bondsman, be 10%, whatever.
So it's actually Fannie Willis's daughter who got a mugshot. Let's put up that mugshot. It's a great looking mugshot. You can see that the Fannie Willis look. It definitely runs in the family. Remember the way that Fannie Willis testified, right? That like very, very salty, like diminutive, like very vicious, like clearly like full of vengefulness, self-loathing, hatred, and anger, just projected anger out at the whole world. Like Fannie Willis, that's the way she testified. There's that shocking, remarkable moment when she like stormed up and testified in her pink dress that was on backwards with an upside down American flag pinned to it. It's a freaking hot mess. Anyway, it runs the family. Look at that. Look at that mugshot. Oh man! But Fannie Willis gave us the best mugshot. Where we redid the studio. Okay, then we're getting our mugshot reframed. We have this giant Trump mugshot, but now we have too many cool photos of Trump. We're not sure. Maybe we should put up the Trump fight photo. I'm not sure. I don't know. Too many cool photos of Trump. Fannie gave us the Trump mugshot, and so for that, Fannie, we are thankful. A very glum and angry-looking Fannie Willis had to go down to the jail to bail out her daughter, Kiana Willis, whose mom is spearheading the criminal election interference case against Trump. So put her in jail, locked her up, and she had to pay $2,500 to get her out. And there you go. You know, I got to tell you, we're not going to be crying any tears in the Johnson household for this. We are going to be, though, laughing quite a bit. We are going to end with a very, very salty clip here with our Salt That Lib of the day. We haven't done these in a while. Gentlemen, more salt. Gentlemen, team, producers, I want to salt that lib in every single show. We will salt the libs. Peter Doocy on Kamala Harris's fake accent. White House slaps down insane and ridiculous suggestion that Kamala Harris uses various accents after a social media frenzy. Let's salt these libs. We get the salt shakers going. Salty in the comments. If you're a member of the channel, then we also got salt for you there and the special member emojis. Ladies and gentlemen, flood the comments. We'll put your salt up on screen. Here is Peter Doocy, Kamala Harris accent at the White House KGP meltdown.
A different topic. Since when does the vice president have what sounds like a southern accent?
Better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
I mean, this is...
She was talking about unions in Detroit using one tone of voice.
Is this something that
same
you think...
line.
Okay, Peter.
That she used the same line in Pittsburgh, and it sounded like she at least had some kind of a southern drawl.
I mean, do you hear the question that you're... I mean, do you think Americans seriously think that this is an important question? They care... You know what they care about? They care about the economy. They care about lowering costs. They care about health care. That's what Americans care about.
So
that's what they want to hear.
This is something...
They care about, your colleague just asked me about, basically we talked about, went back and forth about democracy and freedom. That's what they care
I
about. I'm not
agree.
even going to entertain some question about the press. It's just hearing it sounds so ridiculous.
Well, but hearing it is
The question I'm talking about, the question is just insane.
is that how she talks in meetings here?
I'm just Peter. We're moving on.
As my friend Quavo would say, he does not walk it like he talks it. Everywhere I go, I tell people, look, you may not be a union member. You better thank a union member. For the 5-day work week, you better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. And I will tell you, when we get this done together, my friend, and when I am president, I will take on the bad actors who exploit a crisis. Let's just get through the next 64 days. How about that? Hold on. You know what? Here, hold on. Here's the thing. The courts are going to handle that. We're going to beat them in November. I said to the congressman, I didn't know he could preach like that. Do I see people testifying? Can I get a witness? And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024.
2020 Where are you from, lady? Montreal. Parlez-vous français? Can you let me cigarette? Oh, do you want a croissant? Croissant? Oh, man. Too much fun. We have too much fun on this program. Pat Patel said that we need to make a pirate crew. Well, our team, in the time of him saying that, which was like 5 minutes ago, come up with our pirate flag. I think we have a sea shanty to play at the end of the show. Do we have the sea shanty? Okay. We'll have a sea shanty for you at the end of the show. Is there now a pirate flag emoji for the members? Is that correct? Let me know, producers. Let's see. Yep. Okay. We have pirate flag emojis. Can you drop them? If you are a member of the channel, we get special emojis. We thank you for supporting our work here. We have so many exciting things to announce to you. We have so many exciting special treats. Let's just call it. There's some good pirate flag emojis, and we thank you for all the pirate flag emojis. There we go. We have the pirate flag, the brigade. It sails on, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, look at those beautiful, beautiful dark flags. Ah, ha, ha. Arr! Very fun. The pirate ship sails on, and we thank you for your support. We have some fun stuff to announce today. I mean, why not? Let's do a couple of quick announcements. One, we'll be live tonight for President Trump's town hall. He's going to do a live town hall, so we're going to be live for that. You can watch that here on this program. We're also going to be live for an entire Trump boat parade with Trump. Will Donald Trump be there? I don't know. I'm not sure the Secret Service will, but Eric Trump will. So we're going to take this entire show, not for like a post-produced piece. We're going to actually just go live, and you can just join us on Eric Trump's boat, and we're just going to be live the whole time, and it will be live in the moment, and we're just going to roll on the boat with Trump, and we're going to show everybody the boat. We're working on getting drones and stuff like that figured out. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be really, really special. So we just thank you for supporting us. We thank you. We will take great Spider-Man moment, power, responsibility kind of thing, right? You support and watch the channel. We are going to bring you there. All right. We're going to do a lot more of that. We have that's not even remotely the most exciting thing that we can announce right now. We have some stuff that's being cooked up that's going to be really special. Members only stuff, and it's going to be amazing. And we just thank you for supporting the Benny Brigade. We thank you for being in this pirate ship with us. Maybe we move, like the brigade. Brigade is like an army term. Can that be on a ship? Yeah, totally. Army, Navy. We're going to work on it. Okay. We're going to work on it. I like a pirate ship too, though, because we're in Tampa, and Tampa's like a pirate ship town. So it's all of it's going to work out. All of it's going to work out. That's what we've learned. We learn that because, well, we read our scriptures and we know that all the good things, all the things happen for those who love the Lord. Ephesians 2:10, our verse of the day. For we are his workmanship, created in Jesus Christ for good works, for which God prepared beforehand so that we would walk in them. Isn't that isn't that like nice and peaceful? Like sit back and like absorb all that. That God makes us all unique. We all have value, but he gives all of us gifts. He has a plan for our lives. And that, like, through Christ, we find that path, right? And all we have to do is walk it, man. All we have to do is walk. All we have to do is, like, go there. You know, it's like the entire Old Testament and New Testament is all about, like, people who just go there, right? And serve out their purpose. And how wonderful those lives actually turn out, how special they are. And we learn about them they happened thousands of years ago. And we know those stories today. And that's how powerful this can all be. And that's what we are called to do, every single one of us. And so thank you for joining us here. And we march on, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Benny. This is The Benny Show. See ya.
Hey, 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 guess what day it is? The machine is running calculations to make Kamala a really big deal. A McDonald's total value meal. More companies are falling, so grab a beer, coffee, or tea and sing with me. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Hey, hey, hey! Guess what day it is? It's Hump Day. Get it on.
The biggest ships in the sea, all owned by the oldest kings, and their dying legacy, media deal reads. Soon will the Benny Show come to mind, the salt from lives for fun. Leave the gold and bring the gun, we sail for #1. Show come to mind, the salt from lives for fun. Leave the gold and bring the gun, we sail for #1. The biggest ships in the sea, all owned by the old